Hey, boys and girls, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about our writing for this week because it's going to be a little bit different. It's going to be done on the computer and it's going to be more free and creative writing. So let me present my screen and show you what I'm talking about. In your Seesaw, every day this week, you're going to find a writing assignment that says quick type. Now for today, it says quick type 1. Tomorrow, it'll say quick type 2. Wednesday 3 and Thursday 4. What you'll do is you'll add a response. Now, the directions for this, it says, use this timer attached. Try typing for the whole 15 minutes. Use the prompt as a place to start. Be creative. I can't wait to read your writing. So what you're going to be doing is you are going to go to this timer. You'll click on the timer.
When school isn't a place you have to be, why not go to school where remote learning can be as remote as you want?
And you may have to skip the ad to get to it. But then there's the timer that will count down 15 minutes. That is the time that you should spend writing. You'll go back into your assignment then. It says quick write. Look at the image and write your story. There's an image here of footprints in the snow. The prompt says, all we saw were the footprints in the snow. So now you're going to think in your brain, what could I write about based on that? All we saw were footprints in the snow. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to move this, if I can, let's see here, oops. Well, maybe I'll move it at the end. And I'm just going to start writing. All we saw were footprints in the snow. They were leading to the scary, abandoned house on the corner. Now I'm noticing right now that I'm not going to have much room here, so I am going to make this bigger. And move it down a little bit here. Okay, now I can keep going. We were so curious about who would go to that broken down house. We just had to follow. Now, I would keep going for that 15 minutes and write and write and write about my story. If you finished and got all the way to the bottom of this page, if you look here, you can go to a whole new slide. If you were to finish that whole thing with writing, if you click add a page, it will let you add as many pages as you need. Now, you should have opened up the timer tab so you can always check on how many minutes you have left. So in this one, I have 12 minutes left, so I would keep writing all the way up until the 15 minutes was over. For these assignments, I'm not worried about capital letters, punctuation, spelling. What I'm really worried about is that you really get your creative juices flowing and start thinking outside the box of like, oh, what kind of story could I write? There's no right or wrong for any of these stories this week. You're just going to use your imagination and write. So once you're done, you'll click on the green check mark. And then it will be turned in. You could also turn the timer off whenever you're done by just exiting out of it. And I am really excited to read these because I think it's going to be a lot of fun.